Storm Team Weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Aaron Ayers, sponsored by Jim Bass Cars and Trucks.
Well, the weather here in the Concho Valley is going to be on the quiet side for us here through the next 7 days. As we take a look at those weather headlines, we're going to remain mostly dry for us here in the Concho Valley. I say mostly dry because there is a chance we could see some isolated showers. A cold front coming through, a very weak cold front. Don't get excited about that coming through this weekend. That'll keep temperatures this weekend in the 80s for us. And we're watching for Hurricane Sally. That's going to be being felt along portions of the Gulf Coast as we speak right now. What we're feeling here in the Concho Valley is temperatures in the low 80s. We're at 82 out at Mathis Field, humidity at 44%, winds out of the east at around 3 miles per hour, and plenty of sunny conditions here. And looking at temperatures across the Lone Star State, 81 up in Amarillo, 83 at Wichita Falls, 87 in Waco, 89 in Austin, 82 here in San Angelo, 91 down in Del Rio. So seeing those 80s and 90s, and here in the Concho Valley, we're seeing the 80s, the low 80s, upper 80s in Sterling City at 87, 82 up in Robert Lee. Same in Ballinger, 83 in Wall, 80 down at Fort McCavitt. So seeing those 80s across the area. Here's where the radar and the clouds get active. It's right along the Gulf Coast. There's a tornado watch with Sally here. Some of those outer bands already coming ashore in the Florida Panhandle and coastal areas of Alabama as well. This goes until 6 o'clock for that tornado watch here for portions of Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. And that's fairly typical for landfalling tropical systems to get those tornado watches because you could get spin up tornadoes. Here's a look at our surface map right now. We've got high pressure over towards the Four Corners region. We've got high pressure in the east. We've got Hurricane Sally out in the Gulf of Mexico. We've got a stationary boundary that's popping up some showers around the Houston area. And then we've got a trough sitting off to our west, and that, as it slides eastward later this week, could bring us a chance for some showers here in the Concho Valley. But right now, things are pretty dry for us here across the Concho Valley at this time. Our extended futurecast over the next few days, we're going to remain mostly sunny, highs in the 80s. A few isolated showers could be possible as we go into Thursday. Then as we go into Friday evening, here comes what we call a backdoor cold front, basically a high pressure system up near Canada, going to drive cooler air back from the north and east. Normally our cold fronts come from the northwest or from the north, but this one's going to come from the northeast because of that cold air being pushed back here into the Concho Valley. That's going to keep temperatures in the 80s. Not only that, it's also going to turn us sunny here as we go into the weekend and into next week as well, keeping sunny conditions in the Concho Valley for us at least into the beginning of next week. Temperatures as well going to remain in the 80s for us as we go to Wednesday, upper 80s for us as we go into Thursday, low 80s, some upper 70s as well for highs as we go into Friday, remaining in the 80s. Same story as we go into our weekend with temperatures in the 80s into Sunday as well. Here's a look at Hurricane Sally. One last look here. Category 1 hurricane winds at 80 miles per hour, pressure at 979 millibars, moving north at 2 miles per hour, and a large cloud field here on satellite, seeing that stretch into portions of Alabama and into Georgia. As we track this out, here's where it's going, likely to make landfall somewhere close to Mobile, Alabama, as we go to Wednesday afternoon with winds around 70 miles per hour. That would make it a tropical storm. Tonight, here in the Concho Valley, we get down to around 62 degrees, mostly clear conditions for us as we go into Wednesday, getting upwards of 89 degrees with sunny conditions in the next 5 days here in the area, where it's going to remain dry for us with that backdoor cold front coming through Friday night into Saturday. That's basically going to clear out the cloud cover and keep us in the 80s, and morning lows getting down into the 50s for us as we go into next week. We'll be right back on KSAN.